know you should know. This is Booker T's ROW superstar, Ruthless Ryan Davidson, and you are listening to WNS Podcast.
You're listening to the official Wrestling News Source podcast. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com or check us out on Facebook by searching WrestlingNewsSource.com or WNS Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Stitcher, and iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast or WNS Podcast. Now being broadcast in over 45 different countries, here are your hosts, Daniel Herron, Tyler Abear, and Doug.
That's right. What's up, everyone? I am Daniel Herron.
I'm Tyler Abear.
I'm Doug.
And we welcome you to episode 184 of the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com. Check us out on Facebook, WrestlingNewsSource.com. You can find us on Facebook, WNS Podcast, on YouTube, WNS Video, and on iTunes, Wrestling News Source Podcast.
We're also on Beyond Pod, Stitcher, and Player.fm. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast to find us. I had to think about that one.
We're also on Twitter at WNS Podcast. Daniel's at WNS_Daniel, and Tyler is at Tyler_Aber.
There you go. So welcome to the show.
Pop!
I hate y'all. So
I
welcome
was
to the
trying
show.
to get him to do it during the intro, and then I was going to do it immediately after.
No. Got a lot to talk about. Got some feedback. Going to talk about Raw. Going to give you our BattleGround predictions. A couple hot topics, some Q&A as well. So welcome to the show. How you guys doing? Y'all doing all right?
I'm doing all right.
Doing better than you were on, what was it, Saturday or Sunday?
Oh,
Where
yeah,
you hurt your
definitely.
back.
Mm-hmm.
That's no good.
I need a new mattress.
Yeah. Time to sleep better.
Yeah.
Doug, how you doing?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
How
Hanging
about
in
you?
there? I'm doing all right. Just trying to get through the week. So we've got a lot to talk about. We'll just dive right into it. We actually have a review from Stitcher this week. I forgot to get the name for it, but we'll try and pull that up.
You read, and I'll try to get to it.
Okay. So you can just go.
I don't know if it's on the. Is it on the mobile?
Just go on the Facebook page.
Okay.
Because I posted on there.
Okay.
So the review says, I realize that this will be a split review, but I have mixed feelings concerning this podcast. I have stopped listening due to the host's constant 10 to 15 minute long genital jokes where they keep referring back in multiple segments and giggling like schoolboys. Now I am 46 years old and I'm probably not their target audience, which may explain my, quote, old man reaction to the jokes. With the negatives out of the way, the wrestling coverage is very good. They do a great job of reporting what happened, some backstage talk, and reviewing weekly shows and pay-per-views. Give it a listen and see if you enjoy the show. It's worth giving a try.
It's on Facebook or whatever you post on Facebook, and Seth Rickson says a little bit more colleague coverage, and he probably would have bumped you up to 4 stars.
Oh, my God.
It's from Raymond.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like that's totally fair. I don't have
Yeah.
a problem with that. I don't know if Stitcher doesn't do half stars or whatever. If we actually were split, I don't know why he didn't give us 2.5. But I mean, that's a nitpick.
Yeah.
I'm not like gonna rate your rating or whatever.
Rate my rating.
That's fine.
How would you rate that rating? In a number of stars, what would you give?
I have mixed feelings about it. I give it a 2.5.
Christine says, I like your gentle jokes. We can be immature together.
Yeah, but thank you for the
Yeah,
review.
thank you.
We
We
do
appreciate
appreciate
that.
it. Thank you for at least checking out our show. We do realize that we're not for everyone, and
Yeah.
we do get a little off topic with the potty
I'm
humor
curious how long have you
sometimes.
been listening, because I know that there's times that we will say stuff like that, but there's also been a long period we haven't been saying like gentle jokes and stuff like that.
There are a lot of episodes where we do take more serious approaches to it and stuff like that. But we're all about having fun, and
Lately we have been doing a lot of that. I know that for
yeah,
sure.
I wouldn't say we're schoolboys, but we're more man-child.
Man-child.
Yeah, we're more in that category. We're still in the we find potty humor funny. So, but thank you again for checking out the show, and thank you for the recommendation. We certainly appreciate it. So, time to dive into some feedback that we got from Seth Rickson, saying, "Doug, I hate to say this, but by WNS rules laid out, you have to go. You have to go by the 2/3 member rule. Therefore, you might still have to go by Cousin Doug."
That's not how it works.
No.
No, that's not that. Names don't get a vote. That's not.
Well, it's just for the intro.
No, well, no. Fuck that. We're not doing that.
No,
let
no
me.
2/3 vote. Tyler, what do you think? 2/3 vote, Cousin Doug?
Nope, no more Cousin Doug.
Okay.
Oh, I say no too. Even by your 2/3 rules, I just got the. But
It's switched.
Got majority.
that's not how the 2/3 rule works. The 2/3 rule can't be used to like torment someone. It can't be like,
If we were like, hey, we're gonna say pop pop from now on. So
From now on,
pop pop.
It's not like we can't be like, me and Tyler was like, let's be dicks. So podcast rules.
Scissors.
Let's take a vote if we want Daniel to wear a pretty pink dress every time we record, and then we like stack the deck and then say yes, we both vote for it. That's not how it works. We vote on things that, like, here's an example of something we would vote on. Say Peanut M&M's wanted to sponsor our show, and
Hell yeah.
And Daniel comes and he's like, "Hey guys, I got an email from Peanut M&M's and they want to sponsor our show." He's like,
That'd be awesome.
He's like, I think we should do it. I'm like, well, this is hypothetical. I'm like, I don't know, Daniel. I think Peanut M&M's taste like dog shit, and also, I don't know if I can like vibe with their ethics because I heard that, you know, kids in sweatshops make peanut M&Ms, and then Tyler's turn to vote, and Tyler's like,
I like peanut M&Ms.
he's like,
I like peanut M&Ms. Yeah.
Tyler's
You know
like,
how he likes to keep it simple.
Tyler's like, fuck those kids. This show needs a sponsor. And then Daniel would probably email them back and be like, okay, we're in, because majority would have ruled, democracy would have spoken, and you know, I may not have won the vote, but I would feel good about voicing my opinion, and I would feel like everyone had their say, you know.
Peanut M&M sponsor us.
Yeah,
So
nice.
I mean, I may have to rethink about if I want to be in a podcast later on that would support the you know,
hypothetical
right.
treatment of others in a bad way.
We're not alleging anything about peanut M&Ms.
Right. Because I know, well, I'm glad that you said hypothetical at the beginning of it, because, you know, before the show got started, you did go to the vending machine. You were craving some peanut M&Ms.
Right.
So
I
for you
just
to
took
come
it
back
right
and be
out
like,
on them.
yeah, you're like, no, screw this. I can't, you know.
They didn't stock that
it's
machine.
It's not peanut
so now I'm
M&Ms.
thinking
It's
on
the
it.
stalker. It's their fault.
Okay.
And whoever stocked that machine did a poor job in selecting candy and treats for us to enjoy.
I can see how someone would think that rule applies to everything, because we do joke about it a lot, where we're like, oh yeah, well, too, blah blah blah. So
yeah,
it doesn't actually work that way, even though we joke about it quite often.
right. So it depends. I guess it depends on the topic.
It depends on if it affects the show as a whole. Like we can't just vote to change Tyler's name. You know what I mean?
It affects the show.
His name is Mark now.
No, that's not how it works. That's like
I'm Daniel
saying
Heron. I'm Mark. But I'm serious. We do take a you know, a somewhat calm and serious approach to the show. Going back to the review, anyways. Mark.
We are goofy.
Yeah, we are. We're pretty goofy today. So, but thank you for the feedback, Seth. It's always great to hear from you. So, go home show for BattleGround.
So in closing, I just want to like stress I am not, nor have I ever been, Cousin Doug. I have always been just Doug, past, present, and future.
Go and listen to episode 30, episode 27 too. So, yeah. So, the go home show for Raw. Getting ready.
That's not my voice
BattleGround.
saying Cousin Doug on those things.
No, it's not. But I'm saying if you
It was unauthorized.
you were referred to as Cousin Doug in an
That's like if
episode.
I was the producer and like I just wanted you to be like
It's stuck
butthole
because-
Daniel, and like whenever you just said Daniel
No,
in your
there's
intros.
there's only one butthole for this show, and that is Noah.
True, but we're
I think
speaking
it's
in
stuck
hypotheticals.
because
again.
it's stuck because I think I introduced you. Oh, it's my cousin Doug.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, cousin Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he tried to push it. He was like, "You can't just be Doug." I was like, "I can most definitely just be Doug." He was like, "No, do you want to be like Doug, whatever, or do you want to be like cousin Doug?" I was like, "No, I don't want to be any
Dashing
of that.
Doug.
Yeah, I don't want to be any of that. I just want to be Doug."
Just Doug. Not okay. So yeah, go home show for Raw. We kick things off with John Cena coming out talking about the rules of BattleGround for his match, the Fatal 4-Way. You don't even have to be involved in the decision in order to lose. But he seemed to put a lot of importance. You know, he said, you know, what it all comes down to is this. And you know, he had both of the titles wrapped around his neck.
But he always has the titles wrapped around his neck.
Right. But what I was getting at is that he put focus on the WWE Championship. Like that was the
There's
only
some
one he
parts
held up.
I missed some part.
Okay. Well, he he said, this is what it's all about. Didn't make any mention of the World Heavyweight Championship, and that kind of plays into what happened later on in the night. But I found that to be very odd at first glance, and then something that happened later on that we'll get into. Or do y'all want to talk about it now? About what happened?
Whatever. I mean,
we'll go ahead and talk about it because it is a pretty pressing topic that's going on around the internet right now. Is the question of, is the World Heavyweight Championship being retired? Because later in the night, Ric Flair came out, gave his endorsement for John Cena. Cena came out and gave him the World Heavyweight Championship, held his hand up while he was holding the title. Flair went to give it back, and he said, "No, you hold on. You take it. You hold on to it. You bring it back with you." So
that's probably the way of getting rid of it.
If I had to guess, yeah, because
what other reason would they bring Flair out?
Well, that under Cena doesn't need anyone's endorsement.
No, he doesn't. No,
right.
So to bring Flair there just to endorse Cena is
weird,
mostly pointless.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think
it was just a subtle way of saying
this is the single title.
Yeah, and it was their way of saying, Flair, you held on to this championship. You earned this title more than anyone else. So I'm giving it back to you.
But it's just so weird though to have them to debut a new belt. They still had two belts,
right?
And then they put them together and it has one title. So now they're giving this belt to Ric Flair, but are they still going to call this title
it's still going to be the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's weird. I mean, it's whatever. It's not like, oh, it's a stupid idea, but I think it was kind of weird. But
they just merged the lineages of both titles.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So now they.
I don't want to carry these two belts around my neck.
So I think that's might be what it is. I think they were kind of thinking, okay, we're having to carry around two titles now. Can we just
titles
go back
are
to
heavy.
One? Yeah,
but probably not too much for them. I mean, those are strong guys. So.
And I know a lot of people would be upset if it is true and the World Heavyweight Championship is in fact retired, because people were saying, oh, the history, the lineage, and everything that the title stands for. But
yeah, but those are the same people who were saying we don't need two World Heavyweight Champions.
Yeah. And
people are going to bitch one way or the other.
Yeah. And I think they did a good enough job with the World Heavyweight Championship to keep it going for as long as they have. I think
I like that
2001 or something like that. Is that when WCW went out and WWE had the invasion and brought in the title and all that? And they can always bring it back. They do it all the time.
I like that belt better than the new WWE belt.
Yeah. And I think I read somewhere, and I could be horribly wrong on this, but I think they might be making another version of that belt, of the WWE belt, to go with the new logo whenever that finally comes around.
New belt or like
a new faceplate.
Oh, faceplate. Okay.
Yeah. So it'll still be, the side plates will be correspondent to the champion, and then they'll have just the big WWE in the center. In the centerpiece, but it's going to be the new sleeker
Bring
WWE
back
logo.
the spinner belt.
No,
I like that better.
No, we don't need that.
We do.
So, but yeah. So, overall thoughts. I don't know. It's kind of a bittersweet moment if it's actually true and they decide to retire the belt. I think it'll be good if they do it. I don't have any major problems with it.
I mean, the historical significance that everyone associates with that design of the belt is so far removed from where that title has actually been placed in the modern in a modern context that it's almost not the same thing,
Right.
So I don't know. I don't have any problems with it. I mean, they're obviously going to go with the newer belt. If you thought they were going to merge it and take the old belt, I don't know why you would have thought that.
I don't know why. I kind of thought they would keep the two belts for a long, long time.
They've kept it for a year, right?
It's been a year?
No.
It was since earlier this year. That's right.
It was December TLC.
Right. For some reason, I was thinking that was a whole year ago. I was like,
well, technically, if you want to look at numbers and stuff like that, but
6 months. I mean,
yeah, it has not been a full calendar year. How about that? But yeah, I mean, they did an okay job, and I think it's just, I don't know, I don't really like the look of them walking around with two belts. You know, like I don't mind it, but I'd prefer just one.
I'm opposite.
Yeah, more belts the better.
No, I'm not saying get like 3 or 4 belts, but I like the 2 belts. Like, you know, I mean, I may not like completely like it, like how John Cena puts it, but I may be more comfortable doing that. I don't know, maybe not. But you know, I like the look of maybe having one around your shoulder and one around your waist, or maybe 2 on one shoulder,
Right.
or not me, one on one shoulder, the other one on the other shoulder.
Gotcha. Very cool. So yeah, if that's the truth, if that's what they did, then farewell to the World Heavyweight Championship. Had a good run, very good run.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
So, but yeah, so but back to what happened on Raw. Cena's talking about the importance of the matchup. Roman Reigns comes down. They have a back and forth a little bit. Reigns kind of copy and paste what Cena was saying. Did y'all get that?
What do you mean?
Like Cena was like, now I can't. I just blanked out. But he was talking about the importance of the match, and Reigns was like, "Oh, I know the importance of the match, but do you think that I can win?" Or so I don't remember. I'm blanking out.
The way you said it was awesome. I don't know. That was awesome.
But I mean, it kind of reminded me of Dodgeball, like the movie Dodgeball, where he's like, "Well, that's what I just said. Well, that's what I'm saying to you. All right, okay." But I don't know.
I mean, sort of what stuck out to me was that Reigns says to Cena, "We're gonna see if you're as good as you think you are."
That's what it was. Because Cena said that to him. He was like, "I guess we'll find out on Sunday if you're as good as you think you are." And Reigns was like, "Well, I guess on Sunday we're gonna find out if you're as good as you think you are."
Which is like
Booyah!
Which is okay. Do you think it's fair to say that Roman Reigns has had 20 or less televised singles matches in his WWE career? And I mean, and that's me being generous with the definition of a singles match. I would include battle royals where he was technically not on a team; he was just fighting by himself. Do you think it's fair to say he's had 20 or less singles matches in his career? I think that is.
I'd go less than 20.
Okay. So a guy
at least televised,
right? I mean, house shows don't count because they don't observe that in continuity,
right?
So a guy who's had less than 20 singles matches as far as continuity goes says to a 15-time 15-time champion, several time WrestleMania main eventer, a surefire first ballot Hall of Famer. We're gonna find out if you're as good as you think you are. What? No, he knows how good he is. Everyone knows how good he is. He's proved it. You haven't proved shit yet. You have been moderately successful as part of a team. Mm-hmm. You're the one who has to prove something, dumbass.
I don't have nothing to say. I'm just saying.
He is a one-time WWE Tag Team Champion. You cannot discredit that.
Yeah.
I don't really have nothing to say, but I'm just gonna copy what you're gonna say.
Well, I'm just gonna copy what you're saying.
I feel like they're on a mission to actively make me like Roman Reigns less and less every week. Because I, just like everybody else, I was like, he's got a lot of potential and I like him, and but it just feels like every week it's like I find a new reason to not like him.
Yeah, I'm getting that same vibe from you. It's like it's kind of like they're trying to push him too far. If you want him to talk, have someone talk for him. Like get a mouthpiece for him.
They don't see him as that though.
Otherwise, let his actions do the talking. It's just but yeah, I don't know. It's like they're trying to make him the cool, cocky guy.
See,
like I know he's a big guy. Like he's size comparison, he's a little bit bigger than Cena. And so, yeah, he can be intimidating, and he can.
Do you mean height-wise? Because Cena seems bulkier.
Yeah, he is taller than Cena, but
I think he's a little bit more leaned out than Cena.
Yeah.
I mean, Cena's got some big fucking arms.
Yeah.
Bro.
I feel like
headband for
his limited mic skills worked fine in the Shield because he was covered by 2 other guys talking. and he had like good lines that they were just waiting to deliver. Like insert cool line here, you know. He only had to think of one cool thing to say.
Yeah.
And also, it was fine for him to have a little bit of an edge there because they were sort of being oppressed by this like corporation thing where they're like fighting for their lives, and it's kind of awesome. Like when people are like blatantly out to keep you down, it's sort of cool to be defined in the face of that, right? Where it's sort of like, oh yeah, fuck you, like, you know, we're not going anywhere. Keep knocking us down. We're gonna keep getting back up. The shit ain't over. Like it's cool to be defiant in the face of that, but to be sort of a shithead for no reason makes me like you less.
Yeah.
And I know that I think that may just be maybe me personally. I know a lot of people seem to tend to like sort of the shitheads. I don't know. That's how like I sort of want like a
it's the Attitude Era.
Of course, people are gonna like him with all that stuff because hey, guess what? He's saying this against Cena. We don't like Cena.
Well, see, like I feel like when I was younger, I could definitely get down for some shitheads, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like the older I get, I feel like the more like I sort of want like a more wholesome like good guy and than what is available to me right now. And I think that's why Cena resonates with me like more than he resonates for a lot of people. Because, I mean, on the whole, he is like a pretty stand-up guy, like kayfabe wise. You know what I mean? Like he's got, you can nitpick here and there, but on the whole, he's like, he doesn't like sway in the face of what people say about him. He stands for what he stands for, and like he is mostly a stand-up guy, and that's why I think he resonates with me more than so much.
And also, a lot of the characters try to be the cool dickhead or whatever.
Yeah.
These days or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. I think I'm just so like I'm so far past that, and that seems to be
my face. But guess what? I'm gonna be a dickhead.
That's just either that's how he's interested in presenting himself, or that's how they are interested in presenting him, and it seems to be working because the crowds are really behind him. So you can't take that away from him. But that's just not what I want out of Roman Reigns. That's how to get me to not like Roman Reigns, or at least get me to like him less and less every week. I don't know. Like, I know we talk. This isn't even about Cena. We've done Cena to death. I'm sort of like endlessly curious about why people like who they like and why they latch on to who they latch on to.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this is a wrestling fan thing that, for the purpose of this talk, I'm going to call them shitheads because that's sort of how I'm viewing Roman Reigns right now. But do you think it's a wrestling fan thing to like shitheads? Do you think it's broader to that? Do you think it's like a male 18 to 35 like thing that likes shitheads? Do you think it's broader than that? Do you think it's an American thing to like shitheads? Do you think it's even broader than that? Do you think it's like where we're at humanity right now that we just like shitheads? I mean, I'm not speaking for me. I'm speaking in broad terms, right? How far does it go, and why do they like it?
In my opinion, I don't think it goes that far. I think it's just one of those things where, you know, we want to see change. We want to see something new. We want to see, you know, fresh faces become, you know, the stars. I think a lot of people are tired of seeing Cena and Orton and Kane and, like, you know, all the people have been established for so long. You know, I think they latch on because it's someone new. And you know, they find the guy exciting and he's got a good look to him. So yeah, I think that would probably be my guess as to why they're latching on. I mean, look at Ziggler. He's flashy. He's, you know, pretty good on the mic. And so he's a young, fresh face. And so people dig that. You know, the ladies like him.
To me, it seems like with Ziggler especially, it seems like he goes through peaks and valleys, like with people's interest in him. And we haven't gotten that far with Roman yet because he hasn't been pushed that hard long enough to have those peaks and valleys.
Yeah.
But, I mean, by that logic, wouldn't you just be able to endlessly cycle guys through the main event if all you want is a fresh face? I mean, is it just important that it's a fresh face? I understand people saying, like, I'm tired of seeing so-and-so and I'm tired of seeing so-and-so in that position, but there are decent reasons why those guys are in those positions. You may not agree with them.
I think we live in a time now that, you know, people's focus, their attention spans have shortened down due to endless commercials and ads and, you know, this and that and stuff having to be trending. It has to be now. It has to be fresh. And so, you know, the long-time feuds have sort of died out, and we just get like these, 3 or 4 week feuds and then just move on. So if you do that, you're going to run out of ideas really quickly.
But
and so,
I'm not even going that far. I'm not even saying like it's good or bad that feuds last for a month or whatever. I'm saying like when it's Roman Reigns' turn to have his 4-month like feud or whatever, why are people so supportive of him being shithead? Sort of what I'm getting at. But can we do like a thought exercise here? Can we like you're a sports, you like fake sports. And this is a safe place, so we're not going to bully you for liking fake sports.
Okay. But before we get into that, this is just on my head.
Good.
A lot of people, whether it be middle school, high school, they want to fit in. They want to be the cool kid, right? And how do the stereotype cool kids act? They act like douchebags.
Right. They're
like, oh, I'm too cool for that. Oh, don't even worry about it. Hey, step off. And so when they see that, they're like, man, I wish I could be that guy. I think that's what it is. It's they're seeing what they would like to one day be in him. And so they're supporting that.
I don't know, but why would you
deep on this?
But why would you want to be such an asshole? Like Roman Reigns standing up for himself in defiance of someone who's out to like snuff him out of existence. Like I can see like wanting to be that guy.
Yeah.
But like Roman Reigns, who's just like talking shit because he thinks it's cool or whatever. Like that's just the guy who's just an asshole to be.
It's the same with superheroes and all that. You've got Wolverine, who's the badass trash talker, and he's one of the most beloved characters in all of comic books.
Yeah, but there's trying to compare decades worth of nuanced Wolverine material where he proves his heart of gold, where he's done all the good, where the stories are so nuanced that he's just like that's his gruff exterior, but that he is true blue, true blue good guy. That's fucking different than Roman Reigns, who's for 4 minutes hasn't proved that he's a hero. Has only proved that he's got a smart ass mouth.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we haven't reached his background, his history, his core.
Maybe
we don't know about the time he spent in Japan.
He's trying to also be cocky. I mean, he's cocky too. I guess I don't know. I don't know why you would want to be that.
He's cocky because he's the bulk guy. He's the big guy. So if he's like, I'm gonna get in a fight with you, and I'm probably gonna kick your ass, and he'll actually do it. I
mean, I don't know why people like stuff like that. I know when I was younger, I did like stuff like that, but I liked the the good guy stand up to the bad guy, may do some stuff like that, but then also I don't know, I did like the bad / goofy kind of guy, doing stupid stuff back in the past, but it's changed for me, I mean, I'd rather, someone who's good would do good, and then, someone who's bad, just be bad.
Yeah.
What's your favorite sport to watch?
Football. Foosball.
Okay.
Or American football. How about that?
Okay, American football.
Hand egg for some who like to say
now, can you think of a guy? You may be a fan of him, and you may not be a fan of him. But can you think of a guy in the NFL who's somewhat of a veteran, but has proved himself undoubtedly? And whether people like him because he plays for their team, or whether people hate him because he doesn't, he is undoubtedly a great player, and you can't question him whether you like him or not.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Okay, whether you like him or not.
He is a well-established player. He's like Cena. He's similar to Cena.
That's the analogy I'm trying to make. Work with me here.
Okay, yeah. He's similar to Cena. He's the established veteran. Got a couple championships under his belt.
Got some haters.
He's got a lot of haters because he's good.
But you can't question his talent.
Right.
Okay. Now, is there maybe someone who is maybe not brand spanking? Maybe he just got drafted. Maybe he's somewhat of a rookie who's got a load of potential, but ultimately hasn't proven shit, but has got a really loud mouth. Like,
Manziel
loves to talk shit. People are like, people love this guy who hasn't proved anything except for that he's got potential and a big fucking mouth.
Tyler just said it. Johnny Manziel.
Okay. So that's
a lot of hype. He had a lot of talent in college, but I feel like it's going to be pretty bad in the NFL.
So do you think we can parallel him to Roman Reigns at this point?
Sure.
Okay. Is that a fair analogy? Do you think, I don't know shit as a football fan, do you think it's fair to parallel Tom Brady to John Cena and Johnny Manziel to Roman Reigns at this point?
Yes, Tom Brady to John Cena. Questionable for Manziel to Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns is more of the calm, cocky kind of guy, whereas Manziel is known for his partying style and all that.
Can you think of a better comparison for Roman? Who would sort of fit that mold? Unproven, but doesn't stop fucking talking.
Not off the top of my head. There's a guy who's relatively new. He's 2 or 3 year experience, and he's a talented guy. That'd be Cam Newton. You could even say RG3, but RG3 doesn't run his mouth. So, but there are people out there.
So, how do people feel about this? Are there parallels that you can draw between how people? You said for sure you could parallel how fans feel about Tom Brady to how fans feel about John Cena.
Right.
Can't question his greatness. He's going to be a fucking Hall of Famer. It don't matter if you like it or not.
Right.
Can you make that comparison to like the young guy? I mean, like, how do people flock to that younger guy in football, the shit talker who has a load of potential but ultimately hasn't proven a goddamn thing yet, in spite of the proven guy who's proven his greatness, and hate him just because he's successful?
Yeah.
Is Tom Brady an asshole?
No.
Okay. So this is pretty fair.
I mean, he's married to a supermodel, so
okay.
That's another reason for people to hate him.
So how do football fans act in this same situation versus wrestling fans? Is it universal is what I'm trying to get at?
It's territorial. Wherever you go, it depends on who you're asking.
So it's a little different because teams are involved.
It's very similar to the way that the WWE travels around. You know that if they go to Boston, Cena's going to get cheered. If they go to Chicago, he's getting his ass booed. It's very similar. If they go to a certain town, it's going to depend on their history. So if say the Philadelphia Eagles come to Dallas, they're going to get their ass booed. But that's with any team that travels to another city.
Right. Yeah, it sort of throws off what I'm trying to go because of the team aspect. But I mean, like sort of what I was getting at was, are people are NFL fans in general, like despite the fact that Tom Brady has proved that he's a credit not just to his team but to football in general, do people still flock to the young hothead like flashy dude in spite of him? Just because they're tired of his success, is what I'm saying. Is what I'm trying to say here. Or are people more like, well, love him or hate him, you gotta respect Brady? Because people don't say, or far fewer people say love him or hate him, you gotta respect Cena, than fuck him, I want to see the new guy because I'm tired of that guy.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to get at here.
Yeah, I mean, again, it depends on where you're asking the question. It's very territorial. Like, for example, another good example would be Tony Romo for John Cena. He's an established guy. He's talented, but the fans are split on him because sometimes he doesn't come through in the clutch, though. And so the fans, even Dallas fans, they're like, I love the Cowboys, but I hate Romo.
Right.
I love Dallas, but I can't stand Tony Romo.
Do you have people who are like, okay, even though he doesn't choke, like, oh, he sucks. But like, oh no, he could do good though. They always say he could do good, but he always chokes. But it seems with John Cena fans, they just hate him because hey, we're tired of.
And there are fans like that. They're like, I love this organization, similar to the WWE. I love the WWE, but I hate John Cena.
Yeah.
I love the Dallas Cowboys, but I hate Tony Romo. It's like, yeah, he's good. He's talented, but he throws too many interceptions, and I don't like that. He's not, get rid of the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm not trying to push like necessarily like to be about Cena. It was more trying to be about like will fans in general, no matter what they're fans of, flock to the young, new fresh face who hasn't proven anything in favor of the established guy that they're just used to seeing and sort of tired of. I don't know enough about football to have this conversation with you.
If I had to guess, it's very similar to what we're talking about. It's all about excitement. They want something new and fresh. the Cleveland Browns, who drafted Johnny Manziel, have been, one of the worst teams in NFL over the past, take your number of years. Okay, they've always been at the bottom, and now they get, Johnny Manziel, who's proven to be exciting, and oh man, you just wait until you see what he can do. And so they're going to put him in there, but he's not going to have an established team. So he's going to go in there. Everyone's going to have high expectations for him, but I don't think that the situation is going to be positive for him. They're going to put him in expecting a championship, basically. And I think it's just going to fall flat on their face. But
so it's not an apples to apples comparison like I was trying to make because I don't know enough.
Well, it's like, he went to Texas A&M. So there are the Texas A&M fans who are going to support him because he's a Texas A&M student going to the NFL. There are Cleveland Browns fans who are going to support him because he plays for the Cleveland Browns. People in New England probably not going to care. I'm like, oh yeah, I saw a game or two. He's a talented guy. I look forward to seeing what he can do.
Yeah, but don't even people, quote unquote, impartial people, don't they fucking love or hate?
Yeah.
I would venture to say that fans of the NBA have an opinion of LeBron, whether he plays for their team or not. So, or even Kobe or a dude like that, right? So, whether how good he is may or may not affect me because he doesn't play for my team or he's not in the same division as my team, so we're not going to come up against each other very often.
Right.
Still have an opinion. So that's more of what I was trying to get at. Like, for people I'm fucking tired of seeing the old guy. I don't care how great he is. I don't care how many times he's proven that he's great. I just want a fresh face, and it doesn't matter that he hasn't proven himself. All he's proven is he's got potential and a big mouth right now. That's the only thing I was trying to say. It's not apples to apples, and I don't know enough about football.
Right, but what I'm, it's going back to what I was saying earlier. It's, it depends on where it's applying.
Right.
Like if Johnny Manziel had been drafted to the Patriots, which is where Tom Brady plays, yeah, there would have been a big debate. Oh, is this the end for Tom Brady, or are we going to get to see, Manziel get any playtime, or is he going to study under Brady, and then when Brady decides to call it quits, he'll be the new guy? So, it can go any number of directions, but like I said, it really depends on where you're coming from for the question. Like if you go up to New York and say, hey, what are your thoughts on California? And they'll be like, oh, that state sucks. Hey, what do you think about, hey, California, what do you think about New York? Oh, that state sucks. It has nothing to do with, experience. It's just, oh, well, I know where I'm living now, and I think it's better. So, I don't know. It's just, we're getting weird.
Yeah,
off topic, but
I don't know. I was just trying to get.
I get where you're going,
right?
But
I was just trying to get out of the box. I was just trying to say, is this just a wrestling fan thing that people feel this way, or is it a broader thing? You know what I mean?
It's the fans who liked what the Shield was doing, who didn't like Cena. It's the fans who are like, all right, new faces, sweet. I can get behind this guy. I can get behind Ambrose. I can get behind Rollins. Oh, I can't get behind Rollins. He sold out. Boo. So, it's just, and again, it depends on what city they go to. We heard the reactions. Cena got a half and half reaction whenever he came out. Roman Reigns got majority cheers. Yeah. But if they were to go to Boston, it'd be cheers for both.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if we raised any interesting points or not. Because I don't know. Wait, there you go, sports fans. We talked about sports.
Sports, guys.
Fake sports?
Yeah, fake sports. Hand eggs. So, yeah, so there you go. So yeah, with that being said, we got to see Dean Ambrose on the Titantron saying, hey, guys, don't bicker and argue. We got to focus about our match tonight, the 6-man tag match. And
hey, Roman, I know that we haven't talked in a while, but get your shit together.
But what's up?
What's up?
So Ambrose is talking smack on Kane and Orton and Rollins, and happens to glance over his shoulder and notice that Kane, Rollins, and Orton are over his shoulder. So they kick the crap out of him, and they really lay into him. But the thing that kind of bugged me about this is that normally when there's a backstage scruffle of some sort, There's either officials, there's referees, or there's the people that he's talking to who are in the middle of the ring coming to try and rescue the guy.
Yeah.
There was none of that. There was nothing. So, you can say, oh, the authority told the refs and officials to stay back. But where was Roman Reigns? Where was John Cena during all this?
Well, I would
Roman
argue,
Reigns doesn't give a shit. John Cena, hey, he got beat up by those two at one point. No, did he? Yeah.
Well, I would argue that they cut from the backstage to the commercial, so they didn't show a ring. We don't know if those guys left or not.
No, they were standing in the ring while they were talking, and then Ambrose was on talking to them.
Right, but we never cut back to the ring once he started getting attacked, so we don't know if they just didn't know where he was and they were we never cut back to them. We don't know if they were just standing there watching or not. This is what I would argue. We went from the backstage to the commercial break, so we don't know if they left or not.
Hey, we should get back there.
In fairness.
Should we get back there? See how he's doing? But I mean, that was a long beat down. So you figure at some point in time you would have heard someone, Dean Ambrose, hey guys, knock it off. But was not the case. So I did like the little bit of rebellion from Ambrose where he was like, is that the best you've got? And then they lay into him a little bit more. But yeah, so not too bad of a start. The first matchup we got to see Miz going up against Sheamus.
You like his Titantron?
No, I didn't. Miz posted his face on the Titantron throughout the duration of the match, and that was kind of a weird thing, but whatever.
He's a movie star, damn it.
And it's all about the moneymaker. Don't forget the moneymaker. Did we say moneymaker? Hey, moneymaker. So they like to drive stuff down your throats. So Miz ends up defeating Sheamus. What are you guys' thoughts on the matchup? No interest? I mean, it was all to drive the point of, there's going to be an Intercontinental Battle Royal BattleGround.
Champion.
Yeah. So, anything to take away from the matchup?
I mean, not really. I was fine with the face on the Titantron stuff. I feel like it doesn't make me like Miz anymore, but I feel like it's at least a step in the right direction. At least they're trying to do something.
Yeah, they're just trying to make him that bad guy that no one wants to see. So after that, we had a lot of backstage segments in this Raw, and I feel like it takes away the focus of what's happening in the ring a lot. A couple weeks ago when they had the really good episode of Raw, everyone was talking about, man, that was so good. They didn't have very many backstage segments. In this one, we got 3 at least for the Authority, and then we got one that was a Sonic commercial. There was one, it was a lot of backstage stuff, and I don't like when they do that. But we got to see a lot of dysfunction backstage between Orton, Kane, and Rollins throughout the night.
I've got a problem with the Sonic commercials and stuff. Like, if I have to sit through actual commercials, then I shouldn't have to sit through commercials in your show.
Yeah.
Product placement is one thing. If you want to throw some Mountain Dews up on the announce table, whatever.
It's fine.
But I don't need
the liquor or
the hard sweet tea and.
Well, it's one thing if you're gonna do it on the pay-per-view or the quote-unquote special event, whatever they want to call them, because it's on the network and you're not necessarily getting ad revenue from that. That's one thing. But if you're on network TV and I have to sit through real commercials, I don't want to see your fucking in-show commercials.
Poorly acted in-show commercials.
It's bullshit.
Hey, Adam Rose.
It's total bullshit.
We're not doing nothing with you right now, but we're in business with Sonic. So, yeah, here you go. Talk about it.
It seems like Adam Rose is going to be the new spokesperson. Because this is the second live commercial that they've done. One was the sweet tea or spiked tea or whatever it was, the hard tea with Santino. And now they have a Sonic commercial where Sandow is roller skating, which
Sandow as a car hop is my favorite character he's done so far.
Yeah.
It beats Vince?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's just a waste of time. But we did.
Everyone's got a Vince. How many Sonic car hops have you seen?
That's
Good
true.
point. Good point. Everyone does their impression of Vince.
Very fair. So next up, we got to see Dolph Ziggler going up against Fandango. And this matchup was fairly short. Ziggler ends up getting the victory after Layla and Summer caused a distraction, and Ziggler won. And then he got a kiss from Layla and Summer, and it's the feud that won't die. And
they go,
then they go. Yeah, they leave with each other. So
on WWE.com or WWE on Facebook, whatever, they showed a picture of Dolph Ziggler and Layla, and
they were grabbing his ass.
Yeah.
Who wants to play a game of grab ass? So
bye Fandango.
It's just I don't know
the fuck what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, you have Layla who hates Summer. You have Summer who hates Layla. Then they're all of a sudden like,
they made up on SmackDown.
Yeah, I saw that. It's like, hey, rather than fight over this guy, let's just kick his ass, and then we'll be BFFs. So, yeah, I don't know. So, anyways, this feud does not seem to be dying anytime soon.
Anymore.
I would like for this feud to die soon, but it doesn't seem to be happening.
Nope.
Next up, we got to see the Usos coming out, doing their, tribal dance.
Do it.
Getting ready to pump up the crowd.
Do it.
No. And then Harper and Rowan.
But they're like,
dance,
pop,
dance.
Pop.
So,
pop.
So Harper and Rowan.
Magnitude.
Harper and Rowan attack the Usos, and no matches is had from that. So it's only to play into BattleGround coming up this Sunday. Next up, we got to see Rusev and Lana have a debate, or whatever it was called, with Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger. A lot of people were digging this. Fans were hot for chanting USA, USA, just to annoy Lana. But, taking from what Doug said whenever Swagger made his, quote, air quote, face turn, it doesn't seem like they've shown any kind of remorse. They're not changing their style. They're just directing it to a different person, and the fans just happen to agree with the person now.
Yeah.
So, thoughts on the debate? Or whatever it is you want to call it.
It was sort of dumb. The only awesome part about it was that Lana was so flustered she couldn't think of anything to say other than to call them stupid, which had me rolling.
You're so stupid and being stupid. Why are you so stupid?
I sort of loved that they got so underneath. She got so rattled that she couldn't think of anything but stupid. But
they're all stupid.
Right.
Shut up.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't buy into the funny patriotism thing, so I'm not moved by that. And I don't know. I sort of made my point about how neither one of these are good guys, so I don't know who I'm supposed to cheer for.
Yeah.
We cheer for Lana.
Cheer for Lana's legs. So yeah. Paige's ass. So there you go. So but I'd like to talk about it a little more, but there's not really much to talk about. Like Doug said, it's two bad guys, and the fans are just playing hometown favorite.
And they're gonna go their separate ways after this, and still be the same way, I would think.
Yeah. I mean, after Rusev, what's next for Swagger and Zeb for their campaign of get out of the country? How many evil foreigners are there on the roster aside from Rusev?
Oh no, he's gonna go after Sheamus.
He's going to go after Bad News Barrett.
Sheamus.
And Sheamus if he turns heel. And Paige if she turns heel. And that's about it. So, that's only if they turn heel. And Barrett is out with an injury right now. But he will be at BattleGround this Sunday. So, be on the lookout for that.
Some bad news for you.
So, next up, we got to see Alberto Del Rio going up against RVD. Pretty short matchup. It was another one of those matches just to promote the Battle Royal for BattleGround. Short matchup. Del Rio ends up getting the victory. I don't have any problems with it. You? No? Okay. So next up, we got to see another short matchup. Nikki Bella in a 2-on-1 handicap match against Alicia Fox and Cameron, since the Funkadactyls have split.
Cameron?
Yeah. What are they going to do for Total Divas?
You know what they're going to do.
They're
going to hate on each other.
Did you make an air jack off motion when he said that? What are you doing for Total Divas?
Total Diva. So, no.
You know.
But, yeah, Alicia Fox and Cameron end up getting the victory. Cameron almost got pinned on that one. So, it kind of seems like they're making her the, I'm Diva-licious, or, I'm the queen diva, but I can't wrestle at all. So, it's like as soon as she tags in, someone rolls her up and almost gets the win, or does get the win. So she has to tag back out. So, what else? Anything to take away from the matchup?
Nope.
No. Okay. So next up, we got to see something that got the internet buzzing. That's for sure.
Sting is about to come out.
We got the announcement of Sting gonna be appearing in WWE2K15.
Boo! What the fuck? No, I'm pumped for that though. Really.
Yeah. So Sting has been announced to gonna be in WWE2K15 pre-order character.
Two different
characters. Excellent trailer for it. If they were gonna bring him in, that would have been a great way to do it. I posted that on the Facebook page. They should have started if they were gonna bring him as part of the roster for a matchup, start with the room, just the chairs, and then, have someone bring a cello or something and set it down next to the chair, then fade out. And then the next week you see a couple more instruments in the chairs and, a couple people are walking by and taking a seat and all that, fade out. And then the next week you could have the rafters where, they showed him walking across the rafters, so they could have just shown that and be done with it. And so that would have gotten people buzzing. They're like, what is going on? Why are we seeing this little snippet? It's not something for USA Network. It's obviously WWE. They've got the logo in the corner. So what could it be? And then, they start, practicing their instruments. The typical orchestra sound that you hear. Just a clutter of music. And then the final week is whenever they have the big reveal. I think that would have been pretty kick-ass. But this trailer is really good for it, too. So, I'm really looking forward to WWE 2K15 on my PS4 whenever I get it.
He has PS4, and you're gonna get.
You already have one?
I just got one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I'm left out.
You have any games with it yet?
I've been playing Infamous Second Son.
Is it good?
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I talked to Daniel about this earlier, but I want to get your thought. I think it'd be hilarious if I don't know what Sting's gonna do, what kind of contract he signed. I know he's gonna be in the game, but would it be hilarious because they have this merch out. They have a shirt,
Sting shirts.
Anything else? Just shirts?
Not at the moment.
But what would be so funny is he's in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he appears on some documentaries for WWE Network and all that stuff. He has a shirt, but he never shows up on Raw or SmackDown or does any promos for it. And later on, they put him in the Hall of Fame. He never does. I think that'd be kind of hilarious.
Gets put in the Hall of Fame as a wrestler who never wrestled for WWE.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
But I do want to see him on Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah.
I mean that'd be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that would be hilarious, though.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting, to say the least. So we'll have to see what they plan to do with Sting. So have to just take it as we go. But next up, we got to see Big E going up against Cesaro. Big hitting matchup. Big E ends up getting the victory. Paul Heyman nowhere to be seen until later on that night. Anything to really take away from the matchup?
Unfortunately, I either don't recall or don't seem to have any points to make about any of the actual in-ring work this week.
Cesaro went and grabbed the chair, and Kofi took it away from him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's about it.
Well, didn't he got picked up for the Big E picked him up for the beginning, but he got out of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
they're gonna be in a battle royale.
It wasn't a very long match, right?
No, a lot of the matches were short this week.
Yeah, I mean, I
didn't have a whole lot of focus time. So,
I find it hard to, if a match is gonna go under 3 minutes or so, 3 or 4 minutes. I find it hard to criticize because I don't know. It's super hard to tell a compelling story in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I personally could never do it.
Especially since they like to go to commercial right in the middle of the matchup as well. And, they have, 5 backstage segments. They have commercial breaks. They have app plugs and network plugs and trailers and all that. So it's just a whole lot, for them to cover. And then it's oh, by the way, we have a wrestling match going on right now, but don't worry about that. So, even in the Miz and Sheamus match, they were in the middle of the match, and they take over the screen to show the people who are participating in the 20-man battle royal. Where's the focus? They're basically saying, don't even pay attention to this matchup. Look who's going to be in this match. like, what are they thinking? Like, I don't know. But it's just crazy. But after that, we got to see Chris Jericho come out and cut a promo about how he's seen it all. He's been through it all, and you know, he's never seen anything like Bray Wyatt. And Bray Wyatt comes on the Titantron and cuts a promo on him saying, "Hey, remember when the world needed you to save them? Where have you been? You've left them." So looks like he's trying to save the world or something. I don't know. But another up for interpretation promo from Bray Wyatt. And then Jericho gets jumped by Harper and Rowan. So.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like he was going somewhere with the start of his promo, but I don't know I don't have a feeling for the point of why they're feuding.
Yeah, and even, you know, Jericho was asking, "Hey, I want to know why you're doing this," and we still never got an answer. So they're just doing it just to do it. But I guess just to have a name, you know, to go over.
I mean, I understand from a booking standpoint why they would put that feud together, but from a storytelling, yeah,
they haven't established it well enough. But I did see a couple comments that made me chuckle. They're like, "Okay, Jericho, you say you've been through it all, so you obviously know the style in which the Wyatt family attacks. So when the lights go out, get out of the ring." Or, you know, there was another comment that said, "What's the point of having a jacket that lights up if you're not even going to turn it on when the lights went out?" So just something to chuckle at. So, yeah, it's all just building towards the pay-per-view. But the next matchup, we got to see AJ Lee going up against Eva Marie with Paige on commentary. Another short matchup. AJ Lee ends up getting the victory.
Hey, this is unrelated to this match, but it just made me think of it because you said AJ Lee. It was probably on SmackDown. She had a match on SmackDown this week, didn't she?
I believe.
Well, did she win with the Shining Wizard on SmackDown or on Raw this week? Whatever. Like,
she won with her submission on this week on Raw.
Okay, on SmackDown, or maybe she didn't win with it, but I know she hit the Shining Wizard on SmackDown at least. Do you find it weird that their selection of what moves they will call and what moves they won't call? Like, do you find it odd that any suplex variation is described as a throw, but he literally said Shining Wizard? Like, didn't you think even if you're trying to tone down like calling of moves, wouldn't it make more sense to call the Shining Wizard a knee strike or a kick instead of specifically naming the variation? But you can't even say suplex instead of throw. Isn't that seem like the ass backwards way of doing that?
Yes, I don't know. That's just one of the things that bugs me is, you know, the way in which they conduct commentary. Half the time they're trying.
You miss Matt Striker.
In a way, yeah, I kind of do, because he you know, showed enthusiasm towards the match, not, "Oh, check out our YouTube show." You know, don't worry about what's happening on Raw or SmackDown. Go to YouTube and watch the JBL and Cole show. Watch what we're doing backstage. Ha ha ha. You know, it's. Or whenever they just sit there and just argue with one another about something completely irrelevant to the matchup itself. Like, I would prefer the names of the holds and the names of the kicks. I would much more prefer that over bickering and arguing.
But they aren't even like uniform in the decisions that they make. They don't even like stick to what they make.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I can't even be mad at it. I'm just baffled by it. Like,
yeah. And the whole JBL's tone really annoys me a lot of the times. It's like, you know, "Cole, you don't know what you're talking about, you know?" And then they call him out on something, and he's like, "Well, I'm just doing my job. What do you want? What do you want me to do, Cole? I'm just trying to earn my paycheck."
What do you want me to do? Be good at commentary or something?
Yeah. So it just, I don't know. It just gets annoying because it's like 3 people trying to do one job, and none of them are doing it. So, and I know, yeah, they all have someone in their earpiece telling them what to say to an extent, but good Lord.
I started getting behind the JBL and Cole show, though.
Well,
not them promoting it, I just randomly watched it, and it's stupid shit, but, like, I sat there and just watched it, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but, mean,
you don't need to take away from the show with it. I totally understand that.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the middle of a matchup, and they're like, "Oh, hey, by the way,"
because they do stupid shit that doesn't pertain to anything for Raw.
It just has its own storyline. It's just something from
bring Clem Layfield. That is actually Heath Slater.
Just something for them to do when they're backstage, and just I don't know, it just bugs the heck out of me. But AJ Lee ends up defeating Eva Marie. And then she sits in front
That's it.
Yeah, and then she sits in front of Paige, and they're like, "Oh, hey, great match. Oh, I like your hair. Oh, we're frenemies. We're friends, but we're enemies, so it's cool. Yeah." So, I don't know where they're going with that either. Thanks. So, next up, we got to see, this is the match that has all the podcast listeners, everyone who's listening to our show. This is going to be the one that's get the people talking.
Sun's out. Guns out.
Yes.
That is Bo Dallas.
It's like two of my guys I really like.
Bo Dallas.
How can I pick between them?
Going up against the Great Khali. So I'm outnumbered in this one as far as favoritism.
You're off. If you can't clearly pick a team, then you're clearly off Team Khali.
Oh shit. Okay, now I'm with Khali.
Just like that?
Yeah.
This was your chance to believe.
I'm a Khaliver.
Bo Leave versus Khaliver? Oh, why didn't we pick that up during the
that
Raw?
Should be a match on the pay-per-view.
No. So, actually, yes, because then Khali can lose on the pay-per-view.
No, Khali can destroy.
Because Bo Dallas, Bo Leaver, got the victory over Great Khali. 15 and Bo. Great stuff. Match of the night, I'll say.
Yeah.
Suck it, Seth.
I was about to say, any words to Seth Rickson?
Yeah, suck it. So, Doug and Tyler, your great hero has fallen to the mighty Bo Dallas. The inspirational.
Hey, don't make
Bo
fun of him.
Dallas.
He could trip easily and fall. Okay, stop making fun of Khali.
He has fallen to the mighty Bo Dallas and the Bo Dog. The running Bo Dog. So, anything to take away from the match?
No, not really.
Okay. Actually, won by count out. So, which counts in either way? It's still
bullshit.
It's still a victory.
Sort of a pussy way to win. Yeah, I know. Exactly.
So next up, we got to see Ric Flair come out, give his endorsement to Cena. That's pretty much
it's like winning by because Khali, like the only way you could have got a cheaper win is if Khali would have got DQ'd for like not breaking, like punching him a bunch or something.
But it's still a win, and that's all that matters.
And W's it be.
Because all you have to do is believe. So, yeah, Ric Flair comes out, endorses Cena, takes the World Heavyweight Championship, and runs. And then that brings us into the main event. Cena and Reigns going up against Orton, Rollins, and Kane, since Ambrose had to be taken to a nearby facility for evaluation. The match ends up being a disqualification after Orton and Kane gang up on Cena. Ref calls for the bell. Hey, that's enough. Everyone hits their finishers, and the fans go home mediocre. But it did appear that Rollins injured his knee or his ankle or something, some part of his leg. Doctors had to go and look at him. They said they had to help carry him off after rolling off the air. But
I thought it was just selling.
That's another thing. A lot of people were saying, "Well, we can confirm that that he's okay."
Right.
Which, you know, I'm glad to hear. I didn't want him to be injured.
Right.
But
neither did I. I just I didn't pick it. It didn't come across as injury to me. I thought he was just selling.
Yeah. See, I didn't get a good enough look at it, but I saw the doctor run across the stage, or you know, in the background. I was like, oh, that's, you know, I don't think that's a good sign. And they said that Charles Robinson, you know, put his hands up in the X, which, you know, take it what you will.
Sure.
So yeah, but you know, if Rollins is okay, then I'm glad. Then it'll be okay. But other than that, nothing really to take away from the matchup. It was a typical break everything down and make sure to watch BattleGround this weekend. So,
speaking of BattleGround, we got to hear those picks.
We got to hear those picks. We got to hear those picks. And with that, it's time for our BattleGround predictions taking place this Sunday, if we haven't said it enough times already. We have the kickoff match, Cameron versus Naomi, the Battle of the Funkadactyls. Who's going to be funky? So,
wow.
Yeah. So, Tyler, we'll kick things off with you. Who are you going to pick, Cameron or Naomi?
I feel like Cameron.
Really?
Yeah. She's been kind of. He's backing that up. I don't know. She's been kind of getting the shit, you know. Like I know she'll like laugh at someone, or I mean, Naomi and all, because she laughed and all that. But I don't know. I just feel like going Cameron.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but I feel like it.
It's because you're supporting beast mode, right? Yeah.
That's
that's what it is.
Kind of.
So Doug, how about you?
I'm gonna have to go with Naomi.
Naomi? Going against beast mode?
Oh, that's Earth 2, man. That doesn't.
It doesn't apply.
All right. It's hard to pick because Naomi was not featured on Raw this past week, so they didn't get any kind of interaction, which is weird.
That's why it's kickoff.
I feel like, you have seen Cameron every time she's been tagged in during a match, she's gotten her ass beat. She's been pinned. She's had the near falls. I feel like she would be the one to get the victory here and just be able to rub it in Naomi's face. Does Naomi need the win? No, she's established. She's very athletic. I feel like Cameron would need the win more than Naomi. So I'm gonna go with Cameron on this one. So also to further establish her heel character. So Tyler, kick off the next matchup.
Jack Swagger versus Rusev.
So yeah, battle of
I don't know how long this
America and
feud's
Rusev.
gonna. Yeah, America and Rusev. I don't know how long this feud's gonna go for, but like I'm gonna pick Rusev.
All right. How about you, Doug?
I think Jack Swagger is a calf that's being fattened up to be led to the slaughter.
Oh.
They built him up just to feed him to Rusev.
Yeah.
Rusev.
Well, he wasn't doing a goddamn thing until Rusev came along. So they're like, "Hey, you."
Going out there.
Yeah, Rusev. I think Rusev.
You don't think they'd try to establish Swagger a little more?
Swagger.
No, I think Rusev is the project they're working on.
Yeah.
I think Swagger is the. You think they're trying to establish Swagger? I think they're just fattening him up to send him to the slaughter.
No, I think that's what Big E was for. I think Swagger's got the size. He's got the credentials. The All-American, two-time All-American, two-time All-American.
You think
American.
Of this pairing, you think Swagger is their project? I thought Rusev was their project.
No, I think this is a way to establish both guys. I think giving Swagger the win would enrage Rusev to the point that the feud would not be over. I think like it would be one of Lana would be like, that was a fluke, however you want to decide it. Rusev wouldn't tap out, that's for sure. It would be, just some freak accident and Swagger gets the victory where, Lana's like, this isn't over. You might have won this one, but, it was a fluke victory and, they'll continue it at SummerSlam. But I think Swagger's going to take it. That's, I know it's an odd pairing, but it's like, where would Rusev go after this? I feel like this feud kind of needs to stick around a little bit, and I think having Swagger get the win only to enrage Rusev to want to, because when the feud started and where it is right now, Rusev didn't want anything to do with Swagger. So now you want to have Rusev focused directly on Swagger, saying, no, I didn't want anything to do with you, but now you are my target. You are my goal. You are, I am here to destroy you.
See, I feel like the complete opposite. I feel like Rusev is just a big mean guy who can beat up anybody. I feel like Swagger is the guy whose gimmick depends on other people's nationalities. So I feel like, where does Swagger go from here?
Another reason why I think the feud would continue.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you finish the good guy first. You don't finish the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, you want to see the good guy overcome eventually, like win the war. He's not gonna. The good guy doesn't win the battle, but the good guy wins the war. That's why that guy prevails initially.
Rusev.
That's why I think Rusev anyway. I mean,
so y'all are both picking Rusev.
Yes.
I'll go out a limb on this one. I'll say Swagger. Just I don't know. I have one of those feelings, but it'll probably be a wrong feeling. So, anyways, so Doug, what's the next matchup gonna be? We've got Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins got the 20-man battle royal for the IC title. AJ versus Paige, Usos versus Wyatt family, Jericho versus Bray Wyatt, and Fatal 4-Way. There's a lot of matches actually announced for this card. I'm impressed.
Let's go Ambrose and Rollins.
Okay. So Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. Ambrose finally getting a chance to get his hands on Rollins. Who are you going to go with on this one?
Well, I think this is a tough call because you know how they love to punish the guy. They love to job the guy who's got the case.
Yeah.
But it feels like if there's ever an exception to that rule, it would be this time.
Mm-hmm.
If nothing else, because of Rollins' alignment. But I don't know. It feels like I don't know why Ambrose would go over here first. I don't know.
Well, here's a question for you. Since you think that the injury that Rollins had
I wasn't
on
even
Raw,
thinking about that.
well, yeah, that's where I'm going.
Is it established that it is or he is or isn't injured?
Whatever it may have been, if it was planned, do you think that might affect how it plays out on BattleGround? Like have Rollins come out, leg all taped up, and be like, I don't know if you saw what happened on Raw. I know you were in the hospital or whatever, but my leg is injured. I can't compete tonight. And say Ambrose demands the matchup, Rollins, makes quick work of him or something.
I don't know. I sort of feel like in order
it is a stretch.
I sort of feel like they're going to continue with the story of Ambrose like thwarting Rollins cash-ins.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like for Ambrose to remain like motivated to like ruin Rollins, that he can't get his revenge just yet. So I feel like Rollins has to go over here. Okay. Even though they usually like to punish the guy with the case and job him the fuck out, just because you're surprised when he actually wins. But
yeah. Hey, he finally won a match. Oh, it's for the title.
Right. So I guess I feel like Rollins, but I feel like this is a hard call. I don't know.
Okay.
I can go with that. The other one, with the job the person with the title or with the briefcase. So I'm going with Ambrose.
Going with Ambrose. Okay. I'm gonna go with Rollins on this one. I feel like they're trying to make him the established guy and get the victory. So he's like, okay, I've got Ambrose out of my way. Now there's nothing holding me back from cashing in. But Ambrose is still gonna be there to thwart his attempts later on down the road. So, but I'm going with Rollins on this one. So we're split on a lot of these. This time around, let's do the 20-man battle royal for the.
Do we know who's all in it?
There's a lot of people. RV.
Ollie's up in that bitch.
Ollie's in there.
Big Show.
I didn't see him. I can try and pull up the information, but
Pop in it.
I don't know who that is. So no.
Magnitude.
What? No. So I don't know, but It's going to be tough to call because they haven't really had anyone kind of shine in this situation.
We know Miz is going to be in there.
Miz is going to be in it.
Sheamus.
We've got one of the Los Matadores, Sin Cara. Here we go. Cesaro, Kofi Kingston, Great Khali, Rob Van Dam, Dolph Ziggler, Big E, Ryback, Curtis Axel, Del Rio, Bo Dallas, Sheamus, Fandango, Sin Cara, Zack Ryder, The Miz, Diego, R-Truth, Xavier Woods, Heath Slater, and Titus O'Neil.
I'm going to go with Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas. Interesting choice. So, and keep in mind that the 15-0 record, the undefeated record, is only for singles competition. It does not apply here. So, just something to keep in mind.
No.
15-0.
He's 15-1.
No, he's not. So who are you gonna go with on this one?
I was also gonna go with Bo.
Bo Dallas.
I can see them giving it to Sheamus in an attempt to unify, but I think Bo Dallas is getting it.
Interesting choice. I think I'll go with Bo as well. Because I believe. So there you go. So let's see.
Is that your Bo Dallas face?
No, that was just me across my eyes face.
I thought that was a Bo Dallas
So yeah, all three of us picking Bo Dallas for the 20-man battle royal. So we'll have to see. That or he'll be the one who cuts the promo right as all 20 guys are in the ring. He'll be in the center and he's like, I believe
in all of y'all.
Each and every one of you that you're going to win. And they just toss him out first.
I believe I can be 15-2.
Yeah.
Cully eliminates him first.
Those Rumbles.
Lost the Battle Royal.
It doesn't count. It's not singles competition.
A loss is a loss.
It's not singles competition.
They don't specify.
Who makes those
in
rules?
Singles competition.
They don't say that. They say he's 15-0. He's not. He's 15-1.
It's 15 and Bo. So yeah. So Tyler, go ahead and pick up the next matchup. Which one are we going to talk about? There's 4 remaining.
Usos versus Harper and Rowan.
All right. This was actually announced as a 2 out of 3 falls, which is interesting. I don't know if it's like elimination style or if it's just, someone gets the pin. All right, you guys stand up, go to your corners, and let's restart this or what. But who are you going to go with on this one?
Harper and Rowan.
Yeah, Harper and Rowan, new tag team champions.
Yep.
All right. How about you, Doug? Still thinking. This one's tough because
I got something that can help you.
I feel like they've lost. I feel like both teams have kind of lost a little bit of momentum.
But do you think that they've wrestled each other a gazillion times?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of lost its pizzazz.
That's the joke. I was making a joke.
Yeah.
Of course they have no momentum because they aren't going anywhere.
So it's a toss up on this one. They're obviously going to go to 3 falls, but I think I'll go Harper and Rowan to win this. I don't have a preference.
Are there any heel tag teams that could be contenders off the top of your head?
Ryback.
Yeah, but they stopped letting them win matches, right?
Then that's it. Unless you want to put Heath Slater with someone.
No.
I'll put Clem with anyone.
Are there any babyface teams winning matches?
Goldust and Stardust.
So that's where they're going with Harper and Rowan?
R-Truth and Xavier Woods. You at least have
Los
a little bit more.
Matadores.
Yeah, Los Matadores. So you have more options putting them on a heel.
Yeah, I'll go with the Wyatts.
All right. So there you go. So Doug, got 3 matches remaining. Which one are you going to pick? We've got Jericho and Wyatt, Divas title match, or Fatal 4-Way?
Let's do the Divas.
Divas? All right. AJ Lee versus Paige, the rematch of all rematches for Divas. So who are you going to go with on this one?
I guess I'll keep it on AJ.
All right. How about you, Tyler?
Same.
All right. I'm going to pick AJ as well. A lot of people.
You're going to pick Paige.
No, a lot of people have been saying Paige will turn heel from this matchup. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Guess we'll do Chris Jericho versus Bray Wyatt next. You got to go with Bray Wyatt. You got to build for the future, right? So Jericho doesn't need the win. Bray Wyatt could always use the name. So I'm picking Bray Wyatt. Tyler?
Agree.
All right. Doug?
I'll third it.
All right. So that takes us into the main event. John Cena versus Kane versus Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns in a fatal 4-way. Complete toss-up. No idea. It can go
tough call
in any number of directions. But I'm gonna pick John Cena to retain in this one. Yeah.
That's a hard pick, man. John Cena.
John Cena. Doug?
I just did every John Cena taunt in succession.
Yes, it was pretty good too.
So I'm gonna go with John Cena.
All right. Pinfall or submission?
Pinfall.
Yeah.
Pinfall? Who's he pin?
Roman Reigns.
Oh, yes. That would be cool. Yeah. Well, it's either Roman Reigns or Randy Orton, I feel like.
I'll say submission Orton.
I really want him to get the win on Reigns, but I don't think that will happen, though.
No.
I think it'll be Orton.
I actually don't think he'll pin Reigns. I mean,
that'd be cool, though.
You don't want
people talking.
You don't want to kill Reigns. I mean, you don't want to stomp Reigns.
And Cena turns heel because Roman Reigns is clearly the favorite.
Cena never will turn heel, okay?
No.
You're right. It'll be Orton or Kane. He won't pin Reigns.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see, though. So
the thing about Kane's is, like, if Kane suddenly cares about winning the title, why didn't he just get it the fucking Money in the Bank instead of holding the ladder for everybody?
I don't know. So,
why do you let Orton go up to the top?
Because the management is controlling him.
Yep.
The man is getting
The man is keeping him down.
Suddenly he cares now?
He's got a heart, you know.
I know, but I don't think it's weird for him to care about the title, but like, why did he not care about it then?
I don't know. There's no telling.
His goal in this match is to make sure Randy Orton gets the title.
No, not anymore. He's given up on that dream. So
where are we transitioning out of this? You think it's Reigns Cena for SummerSlam?
No. It's probably gonna be.
Then, I mean, like, where do you go from here?
It's probably going to be either Reigns versus Orton, or I know they were talking about Reigns versus Triple H. So maybe Triple H gets involved in the matchup somehow.
I mean, like, as far as your title picture, where do you go with the title?
Cena Lesnar.
Cena Orton?
Because Heyman appeared backstage on Raw, and it was like, well, hey, if you need a plan C, I'm the guy you want to talk to. So if Orton doesn't win it, and if Rollins doesn't cash in, maybe they'll go option C and have Austin Aries come in and cash in for the matchup, and but have Lesnar come in and just demolish Cena and get that feud going again. Option C. Sup, Aries.
You know what option D
is. That's so weird. Their short-term memory is so bad. Like,
yeah, it is. No, it's not. So
I don't know. I don't know why that would. I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know. But what I do know is that those were some great picks.
Those were some great picks.
Those were some great picks. So yeah, sorry to cut you off in the middle.
I got confused for a second. I was like, wait.
I feel like we had to transition out of that.
Right. So. I'm fine with Cena Lesnar.
Dude, that was like fun. The LeBron James of Cox.
What?
We almost put the whole thing without making a dig.
God. Come on. Say you were talking about a chicken or something.
Chicken.
Okay.
Rayman hates you.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Ed and Eddie. Chicken.
That's a giant chicken. So time to go into.
Come on.
Time to go into some hot topics for you. If you did not hear. Kenta has officially signed with WWE, and it leads a lot of people to question.
Hulk Hogan got him to sign, brother.
Yeah, so it leads a lot of people to question what Kenta's finisher is going to be, because for those who don't know Kenta very well, his finisher was it the inverted GTS?
No,
I'm sorry.
It was regular.
It was just the GTS, and he also did the running knee, as known by Daniel Bryan.
Knee.
Yeah. So, very interesting. What are your thoughts on Kenta coming to WWE?
We saw him live, man. Yeah, remember?
Yeah, 2009.
It was fun.
2009, George R. Brown Convention Center.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So Kenta is going to be heading over to NXT, get used to the WWE style of wrestling, and hopefully we'll see him on the main roster soon, and hopefully they can use him right. But knowing the WWE, it's questionable. But speaking of CM Punk, as far as the GTS,
their track record has improved greatly.
Yeah, I guess a little bit.
Punk, Bryan, Rollins, Ambrose,
Cesaro. Yeah,
I would say they fucking 180 their track record.
Sin Cara.
One.
Yeah. So well, you got to take a bad with every good. So
what is that, like an 80% success rate since CM Punk?
Lawson, get on that number. But yeah,
that doesn't count. Now I'm really concerned. I'm really concerned with my wizard math skills. I'm not going to throw out percentages off the dome anymore.
What is that? 86%?
Samoa Joe, will you take your
86.4%?
See, Samoa Joe, the numbers don't lie. So yeah, other bit of hot topic news. CM Punk has been moved to the alumni section of WWE.com, further confirming that he is probably not coming back. So suck it up and deal, people. He's not coming back.
Also, Luke Harper, duh.
What?
I was adding Luke Harper to independent success stories.
Luke Harper has not been added to the alumni section of WWE.com. Sorry. Unless you know something that we don't know, unless like something happened today that has not broken yet.
They're showing things of him now.
Oh,
like
yeah.
WWE.com or on the Facebook page, they were like, oh, hey, on...
Well, they're trying to get people to go to the network.
Yeah, go to the network.
It's
check the story out to CM Punk and all that stuff. And
yeah.
I know a while back they wouldn't show anything of CM Punk.
Well, yeah, it's a bait. They were saying, oh, you want to see CM Punk? He's not on Raw or SmackDown, but we've got him on the WWE Network. All right, it's way over the top. Yeah. The hell was that?
I don't know.
So if you want to watch stuff
What's
about
wrong with
CM
you
Punk,
guys?
man, don't even get me started. So with that being said, it's time to go into the Q&A portion of the show. It's your question and our answers. First question coming to us from the one and only Thomas Drop It Low, son.
Drop it.
I was gonna do pop. I thought we were gonna do it in unison.
I was like, oh shit, I'm already saying drop it low some, but he's doing pop, so okay.
Pop it low, son.
Pop it low, son.
Hate you guys. Thomas says, with the appearance of Sting, admittedly not in person, on Raw this week, people have been discussing what his potential signing with WWE will be. So I wanted to know, what do you guys want and think his schedule will be? Will it be a loose part-timer like Brock Lesnar, a more frequent veteran like RVD, or not wrestle at all?
Like I said earlier, I think it'll be hilarious if he didn't wrestle at all. It wasn't on Raw or SmackDown, but just did the game, and he's on some documentaries. WWE. I mean, I do want to see him on Raw, like I said. So, but
That's what the question is. What do you want? What do you think?
I don't want Sting at all. Okay, brother.
Okay. How about you, Doug?
Well, he says both. What do you think and what do you want?
What do you want and what do you
Trying
think?
to confuse me, mother.
What do you want and think?
I think
I just told you.
Okay.
I mean, I think he's as part-time as Brock Lesnar or less, or he doesn't work at all. And
All he has to do is work 2 matches and he'll equal Lesnar. So
2.
okay, 3.
Well, Lesnar's had like 6 matches.
Well, for 2014,
Oh,
yeah,
fuck, I don't know.
he's had
2 for the year, you mean? Yeah.
he's had like what, Rumble, where he fought Big Show, Mania. And that's been it.
Yeah.
And he's got SummerSlam coming up, so it'll be 3.
I say he's even less part-time than Brock or Triple H, or not at all. And what do I? That's what I think. And what do I want? I honestly don't see one appealing matchup, so I don't see a need to parade him out.
Yeah, and I know in a recent interview when they announced that he had signed, the Legends contract or whatever, they said, "Would you like to have one more match?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'd like to face the Undertaker at WrestleMania." Just very casually, nothing,
Right.
not throwing out the challenge or anything, but like if it were to happen, I'd like for it to. So yeah, look, I'd love to see Sting wrestle in a WWE ring, sure, but the question is, who are you gonna book him against?
Because you can't just do Sting. You have to.
Yeah, you have to bring him in for a little bit at least, for a few months, before you even think about entering Taker's name, establishing with Sting.
So then who do you feed to Sting? It becomes the whole thing. And
Yeah.
it's almost more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah, and then it goes back to the debate that we've had time and time again. Do you really bring in Sting to lose to Undertaker? Or do you have Taker lose at WrestleMania? Would you have him lose a second match in a row?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
The whole thing's just weird. I mean,
yeah, it's a fantasy match that
maybe
people want to see at WrestleMania, but like the consequences and the effect, I feel would be just.
it's a fantasy match that I'm at this point almost certain is better left to your fantasy, because
Yeah.
I saw Undertaker at WrestleMania live and in person last year. He didn't look too hot. And I saw Sting in TNA over the past few years, and you know what? He didn't look too hot either.
Yeah.
Let's get them together.
It'd be like Hogan versus Warrior 2 in WCW.
Yeah, that's different there.
Yeah, it was very different.
These
But,
dudes, their bodies are breaking fucking down on them.
Yeah. So it's just,
I
They
mean,
better get in before they can't do it at all.
I mean, I say that with all due respect to both the guys. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like it may be better to just not do it. I mean,
yeah. So, keep it in the fantasy. Play it in the video game all you want now. That's fine, but
I mean,
never.
Sting looked passable, but he looked super uninspired. I mean, maybe that's. I mean, I would assume it's very easy to be super uninspired working for TNA, but I mean, who knows? I don't. It feels like it'd be more trouble than it's worth at this point, and I
Right.
don't know what you get out of it.
yeah. So, but thank you for the question, Thomas. Certainly appreciate it. Next question coming to us from.
Wait, Lawson, thank you for. I know you're OCD like me, so you kind of get off on making lists and shit like that. But I did read through your list of DVDs, and I appreciate that you put the work into follow your
Discs, if it was
DVDs.
Blu-ray.
Right.
And he kept a tally of it. He had like over 230 discs total, I think.
Yeah.
I'll have to go through mine.
So I did read through it, and I do appreciate your time. Here's a question I want to throw out to fellow DVD collectors.
Hello.
TNA does those
Don West brown bag specials, but they're not Don West anymore.
TNA they do these pay-per-views in groups for their lesser selling shows where they'll put like 2 or 3 in the same package or whatever, but they're not always sequential. So I always have the hardest fucking time like how I should put them on my I don't know how, like, what's the answer to that? How do you put it on the DVD shelf? Because there are shows that go in between them.
Right.
But do I if this one has 3 and the first one in that set comes before this one, but this one comes in between, I just put that first and then there. It's such a nightmare for me.
That's a good question. That's I have a movie collection as well. I hate whenever they do those 3-packs of movies, because it's like, okay, if you alphabetize it, you've got V for Vendetta, Watchmen, and Constantine. It's like, where the hell do you put them? For me personally, whatever comes first, like as far as the package, like for mine.
But it's different with the wrestling because you're not going by titles if you're doing sequential show-wise.
Well, that's what I do.
Okay.
Like my Blu-rays and DVDs are alphabetical.
Right.
My wrestling DVDs are sequential. So it's like it starts Royal Rumble, very first Royal Rumble anthology, second anthology, third anthology, fourth anthology, and then every Royal Rumble since then. And then I move into, okay, what came next, as far as, like Elimination Chamber. And then you go into WrestleMania. So for those 2-packs, I go with what came first for that particular year. So like if you have, Destination X and, Bound for Glory, whatever is first, that's where I put it.
Yeah, okay, that's what I do too. But it feels like, it's always like, is there a solution out there? No, you just have to do it like that.
Yeah, you just kind of, unless you just go out and buy a second disc and put or a second case and write on it and say, okay, this is where this one goes. But
yeah, I fucking hate that though.
I hate it too. But yeah, there's a question for our listeners.
Y'all win. What do y'all do with those fuckers? Also, like, so say when you're doing like your like documentary style for like single wrestlers, do you just alphabetize them by the wrestler?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
Well, so do you do all event anthologies separate from all wrestler documentaries, or do you alphabetize between wrestler and event? You know what I mean? Like, here's all sequential shows, but then I alphabetize single wrestlers and event anthologies in the same stack, or do you do all event anthologies and then you do all wrestler docs, or do you put them together?
What I do is I have sequential pay-per-views.
Right.
So you've got Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania, Payback, so on and so forth, all the way to TLC. Right. So those are, my first 2 shelves. Third shelf is, gimmick collections, like the best ladder matches, the best Hell in a Cells, all those. So those are together, alphabetized. Then I go into documentaries, alphabetized. And then I have like just your normal collections, like the best of ECW, best of Nitros and stuff like that.
Like compilations.
Yeah, the compilations, I just group those together. Like, here's WWE's, here's WCW's, here's ECW's. Okay. And then I have a little small stack on the side for TNA because I ran out of space.
TNA section.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's a little TNA section.
Yeah, because like I always, like I'll decide on a way, and then later on I'll be like, I don't like that, and then I'll like redo it, and I'll be like, yeah, it's like a constant thing. Listen, let us know, or anybody with a big DVD collection, let us know how you do it.
Because I was thinking originally about just doing it. Okay, I'm going to start with 1982. All the pay-per-views that I have are going to go right there, and then okay, here's the 1983 is going to follow it, 84, 85, 86. But the thing is, I have all of the I have the Royal Rumble anthologies, I have the WrestleMania anthologies, I have the SummerSlam anthologies, and I'm working on the Survivor Series anthologies. Well, those come 5 years at a time, like 5 discs per year. So I obviously cannot do that, because it would just drive me insane. So I just put them all together. As far as here's this pay-per-view, here's this pay-per-view. And the bad thing was that I had to go and like the one year where they switched a couple pay-per-views every year. Like they did like you remember Capital Punishment from
Right.
2011, and it's like, where the hell did this one fit in? So you have to go and like Google it and find the answers for that. And I'm like, God, this is too much hassle for a stupid DVD. But I'm probably never gonna watch again. But
it eats at you. Like,
who wants to watch R-Truth versus John Cena?
But it fucking eats at me. Like, I always have to reorganize. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty nerve-wracking. That's why I don't mess with my collection too much unless there's just something I want to watch. Other than that, it just stays where it is.
Well, I throw money away like stupidly all the time. So like I'm always like putting stuff on the shelf, and I'm always like, I don't like this about this, and then it will like hinge on something else, and then I'm like, I gotta redo the whole fucking thing. It's just a pain in the ass. I don't know. Let us know what you guys out there do.
And as far as my collection goes, like, okay, you've got the WrestleMania anthology, so you've got Volume 4. It goes, 16 to 20, right? Well, I also have the 3-disc collector's edition of WrestleMania 20.
Right.
And I have WrestleMania on DVD. I have 21, 22, 23, 24. But then I also have 25 and 26 on DVD, but I also found the Blu-rays for 25 and 26. So I have those as well. So do I count those?
Do you separate out your Blu-rays separate from the DVDs? Completely different?
Only whenever I have duplicates. If I have duplicates like the 25 and 26 WrestleManias, I'll take those out and just set them somewhere else, in a closet or something like that. It's the same with my DVD or Blu-ray movie collection. If I have duplicates, like if I wanted the high definition re-release of Kill Bill, I go out and buy that, and I take the DVD copy of Kill Bill and put it in a shelf or something, put it in a drawer. So,
okay.
Yeah. So, getting to know us a little bit better. Hey, you hanging in there, Tyler?
We're getting the fuck out.
Tired, A-Bear?
Yeah.
Some people are like, what the fuck are those?
Nerds! So yeah, there you go. The next question coming to us from Ben Fold saying, hey guys, awesome episode and a great interview with ODB. She was one of my favorite knockouts. Just wanted to ask you, with Santino retiring because of neck injuries, do you think the WWE will be a lot more careful towards the superstar's necks and will ban some moves?
I think they have already sort of traveled that road.
Yeah, I think they've done quite a good job of as far as trying to protect their talent over the past few years.
I mean, they don't do pile drivers anymore. I mean, like, when's the last time you saw a pile driver? That Punk Cena match where Cena did the powerbomb and Punk did the pile driver. That's like the last time you saw that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's something. Unfortunately, like, those kind of things are just things that happen in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
I feel like they're on the track of being as careful as they can be with that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you can only protect so much before it's overprotection.
Dudes are going to get hurt like this.
Yeah, it's just that's the nature of the business. I mean, if you're going to be in this business, you're going to be hurt. Look at Rey Mysterio. How many surgeries has he needed for his knees? Just shoulder surgery.
Also, Rey Mysterio has been wrestling since he was like fucking 14.
Yeah,
so.
that's true too. But it's wear and tear, and it happens. Depending on what you do. Look at Daniel Bryan.
I mean, fuck, he's out too.
Yeah. So, they can only do so much, and then you have the fans who are craving more excitement, more dangerous moves, and it's like, that's fine and dandy. You go to an indie show or something like that, where the people who are like fresh out of the gym, but like these guys are doing it 300 days of year, having to, do the same moves over and over again. So you kind of want to take it safe.
Well, those dudes on the independents are doing big shit to get noticed.
Yeah. So there you go. So final question coming to us from 6-Star Criminal saying, who does the impersonation gimmick better, Damian Sandow or Charlie Haas?
Well, if memory serves, there was a little bit more of a acting thrown in with Sandow. Like, Haas was basically like he wrestled as those dudes. I think he did far less.
I don't think he did too much promos.
Right, he did far less talking than Sandow did, right?
I don't even remember Charlie Haas doing all that
I remember
stuff.
him doing like Hulk Hogan and that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where he was just basically come out dressed up as a different guy every week, or not every week, but every so often.
Yeah.
I'll go with Sandow just because I believe he like did so much more talking, I guess.
Yeah.
Although I think I care more about Charlie Haas just because he was actually like wrestlers and stuff, So,
I don't know who I'll go with. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't really give an answer for that one either, just because, like I said, I don't even remember too much of Charlie Haas doing all that. But I'm sure if you threw out the names, I'd be like, oh, okay, that sounds familiar. I recall that happening. But yeah, so I guess it's up for debate. So, but thank you for the questions. Make sure to submit your questions on our YouTube page, WNS Video, also our Facebook page, WNS Podcast, and check us out on WrestlingNewsSource.com and WrestlingNewsSource.com on Facebook, and subscribe to us on iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast.
Also, check us out on Stitcher, Player.fm, and Beyond Pod. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast to find us.
We're on Twitter at WNS Podcast. Daniel's at WNS_Daniel. Tyler is at Tyler_Abear.
Also, put on our page Pop because Daniel doesn't like it.
No, don't do that. So
tweet at Daniel at WNS_.
I will block you.
Say Pop. Magnitude.
Block you. So there you go. For the podcast crew, I am Daniel Heron.
I'm Tyler Aber.
I'm Doug.
And we'll catch you all next week.
Pop.